Today we're going to be playing a card that I should have crafted the moment Innistrad dropped because it's by far the most powerful planeswalker in the set. We're talking about Wren in 7, but if you know anything about the channel, we're not doing this in the typical mono green lists that you've been seeing everywhere. We like to shake things up around here. So today we're going to be running a Sultai list with Wren in 7. Cue the intro. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we have a really creative Wren in 7 list. It's not the typical Wren in 7 that you'd see in all the mono green lists. This one is going to be ran in a Sultai shell. Basically it's a mid-range deck, but it has a lot of control aspects in it as well. But yeah, I'm so excited because this one is probably the most powerful list I've created thus far, and I'm definitely going to be able to get to Mythic with this one easily. Before I dive in, as always though, guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I just ask if you take one moment to do so. It's a free way to help support the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll be notified whenever we post a video, which is 3 times a week, so you don't miss out on any of those. All right, guys, with that being said, let's dive in. We've got the Wren in 7, baby. We're finally playing this card. I should have crafted this a long time ago, to be completely honest. It's busted. I'm sure you all know what this card does by now. Obviously, it not only allows us to draw cards off the top of our deck and place some mana into our hand, but you can also place extra lands on the field. And on top of that, you can create these tree folks for -3, which are extremely busted cards. They, the fact that these things have reach is what makes them so busted, because they're already a big body. They don't have trample, so they can be chump blocked. But the great thing about them is the reach. When you're going up against decks that have Goldspan Dragon, which was everywhere prior to Innistrad, this deck absolutely shuts that stuff down. You're going to see in one of our games, we shut down a pretty big flyer of our own. And yeah, these tree folks can really get out of hand. And of course, we have the package with the Simic Chariot where we're copying the tokens. I'm sure if you're watching this video now, you've seen somebody do this combo before, so I won't get too deep into it. But tree folks, you copy them. A Simic Chariot. It's the bread and butter of this deck. It's the bread and butter of any green deck with these two in the you know, the package. But we have a really fun card here that unfortunately in the video we didn't get a chance to do the combo because we only splashed in 2 of these, but we do have Jason here. Why do we have Jason here? Because Jace says if you kick this for 2, you get a copy of Jace, which is a token, and it's non-legendary. What does that mean? Well, it means we can create copies of Jace's token with the Simic Chariot. So Simic Chariot can create copies of tokens. Why not more Jaces? So if we can get multiple Jaces on the field, like 3 or 4, you're going to have no problems scrying, no problems drawing cards. Every single turn is just going to get even worse for your opponent as far as value goes. So that's a really cool combo that we can do with these 3 cards in a Simic Chariot. The control shell, let's just talk about that starting from the top. We got 2 Blood Chief's Thirsts, 2 Test of Talents, 3 Infernal Grasps, 2 Siphons, 2 Decisive Denials, 3 Meat Hook Massacres for some board sweep action because aggro's everywhere. This card has been absolutely MVP in most of my decks. It saves me in so many different aspects. The fact that you gain life on the sweep is really what makes this card so good, because there are so many decks that go extremely wide and aggressive that this is just a must in any sort of blacklist. And then we have 3 Divide by Zeros, which gives us access to a sideboard. You guys know I love this card. And then Memory Deluge, one of the better cards as well from the new set. Great for finding our tools that we need. And then 2 Binding the Old Gods. And then, of course, we have 2 more top-end pieces to kind of help us win the game. All Runs Epiphany, obviously overpowered. But Coma is a really good card here in this list because if you think about it, guys, control against control is always tough, right? So we're really good against like mid-range aggro decks because we have a lot of answers for everything. We got plenty of kill spells, plenty of sweepers, things to, you know, we can fight things with our Decisive Denial, counter things. It's just going to be tough. How do we close out on a control matchup when they're just killing our planeswalkers, when they're just killing our things? Well, Coma is the answer to that because it's a spell that can't be countered. And once it's resolved, it gains indestructibility pretty much permanently because it's going to spit out these serpents every single turn. So this is our kind of win con against other control matchups. And we also have on the top end 2 Hall of the Storm Giants to help close out as well. That brings us to our sideboard, which is 2 Environmental Sciences, 2 Teachings for some card draw, Containment Breach for those hard to deal with enchantments and artifacts, Mascot Exhibition, and Confront the Past to get back our Wren in 7 if they end up killing it and we can't draw another one for some reason. So that's the deck, that guys. I really hope you enjoy this. If you haven't noticed, I've gotten away from like running a whole bunch of 4-ofs on stuff lately. I've been practicing to, you know, spread the, you know, different styles of cards out a little bit, give myself more tools to work with, and really slam the 4-of like memory deluge, where it kind of helps us sift through our cards and find the cards that we need. Because in best of one format, I'm learning that it's better to just have more tools instead of finding, you know, what I think are the best cards and slamming 4 of them in a deck. I think it's been a little bit better with the spreading out the options that you have, so you have more answers for more things, and then just try to find ways to get through your deck quicker and sort through the cards that you actually need in best of one. I think that's just a little bit better, being that we don't have access to a sideboard. But anyways, little tidbit, I'm learning as I'm going, you know, I'm growing and as a player every day, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. But that's gonna do it, guys. Let's get into the gameplay footage, and then we'll come back here for some final thoughts at the end. So stay tuned to the end. I'd really appreciate that, and we'll see you guys there. Peace. All right, let's get it. Let's do it, baby. This is the this is an actual heater, this deck, man. This deck is really good. Good old Wren 7 action, so pretty stoked on it. Can't wait to show this one off for sure. Opponent gets to go first. We have an odd hand here. I think we need to draw too many things to make this actually line up really well, so I have to take a mulligan here, unfortunately. This is a little better. This is a little better. A couple memory deluges hopefully can get us there. We will see. We got the Asika into the Wren. That feels good. Now we just need some more mana. Looks like we're up against Izzet dragons too. This deck, you know, our Sultai list does really well against shutting Izzet dragons down, because the gold span coming down can't really do much against the Wren 7. But can we get there? Because this is our 3rd turn. Still no lands off the top. We need one more land, or we need basically 2 lands in concession here. So can we get there? Because if they beat us, you know, to that gold span dragon, we might be in a little bit of trouble, because then we got to worry about all their counter spells coming down and this and that. Plus they went first, so they're in a pretty good spot to make that happen. Because if they can get gold span down on turn 5 easy, and then just hold that mana for like a negate or something, we're in a lot of trouble. We do find another you know, mana source, but not the color we were looking for. Literally we needed green or blue. Both need double devotion here, so maybe on the next go. I actually wouldn't mind that getting countered. I was gonna say, if they counter that, I wouldn't actually mind it too much, because we have another one. Looks like they might have a Prismari command here, I'm guessing, if they let that go through. So we might see them use a 2 damage on a cat and kill the chariot, but they don't actually do anything, so maybe not. Maybe no Prismari command just yet. But I'm sure the gold span dragon's here and ready to go. Okay, again, or not, because they did tap mana weird there, so we might have got away with one here, guys. The fact that the gold span didn't come down on tempo is really good for us. And we find our green source. Holy cow, things are just really aligning nicely for us here. The question becomes, do we throw down a Wren 7 when they just foretold a card and they have 3 mana open? I feel like that would be a really bad mistake on our part. I really do. I'm gonna go for the just straight up Asika Chariot attack play. Copy some cats. They might blow up the Asika's Chariot here now with the Prismari command. If that happens, I probably will play Wren 7. Yeah, I'm probably gonna play Wren 7 now. I feel safe about getting it down and resolved. And it's probably the most important card for me to resolve, so let's go ahead and get it down. That is a 6/6 though. That's a pretty big monster to be coming down and competing with our little 5/5s at the moment. Pretty odd to say little 5/5s, but compared to a 6/6 dragon, everything looks small. Oh, they got the frostbite ready to go, but we do have another Asika Chariot to copy these tokens. 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 5. They have enough to actually cast it too. Yikes. Okay. Well, if they cast it though, it does free up our mana to cast All Around Epiphany if we can find the mana off the top. We'll take it. Or another Wren 7. That's pretty good too. Wren 7's not bad here, because if I could top deck a land, it's big enough now to stop. Nice. It's big enough now to stop our friend here from attacking. All right, come at me, bro. Bring the dragon's heat. The dragon can plus up, but it only can plus its attack. It can't actually plus its defenses up. So it can get much bigger, but I'm not too worried about it. The tree folk is plenty to block. Wren's ability to find us mana is just so good, man. Especially in clutch moments like that where we really need it to make our tree folk just a little bigger. That was really clutch. If you're playing Izzet Dragons, this card, Wren in 7, is just not a card you want to see. Like, it is just not the card. Because if you think about it, red and blue, the only removal they're really working with is like burn. And burn typically needs to deal damage to kill something. And you don't see things that are burning out creatures for 6 damage, you know? So they're gonna have to like double up on frostbites, and they have to get really strange to get rid of these tree folks. So it's really, really hard to deal with, if you can even deal with it at all. And we'll go here. Gonna populate another tree folk. I am going to attack and see what they do here. Hopefully they bite on it and spend some more mana. Maybe I'm blowing up a cat or something. Nice, that'll work just fine. That'll work just fine. Because now we, oh no, you know what? That's only 1 mana used. I needed them to use 1 more mana here. Let's see if they bite on it. Because I have an All-Run's Epiphany that I want to resolve, but I'm afraid that this might be Assault coming. Oh man, this is literally me just taking the dice and throwing them, man. We're really chancing it here on this All-Run's Epiphany. Maybe I just go Chariot, play it safe. Gosh, I don't like playing it safe though. I want to go for the win right here and right now, but I gotta play it safe. All right, something's holding priority. That feels good. That means it's probably Assault coming. Nice. Okay, I made the right choice. I made the right choice. That feels good. We would have threw our way on All-Run's Epiphany, which is going to probably be good now. And it's going to close out the game for us. Oh, another Foretold card though. And they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They had 8 mana open. So that's definitely not an All-Run's Epiphany. They would have just cast it straight up. So it's got to be Assault coming. We have seen a Behold the Multiverse though. It could be that. I just don't like how the odds go down knowing that they foretold it, because we know it's not. We know it's not an All-Run's Epiphany. All right, though, we take the W there. They, the tree folks definitely shut down the dragons. So we kind of expected that. It's kind of a bad matchup for them. I can't lie. I'm really falling in love with this list quickly. The Jeskai list is still my favorite, but this one is closely competing, man, with my heart. I like this deck a lot. If you couldn't tell, if you were here on the stream yesterday, we've definitely ranked up quite a bit since the stream yesterday. I just sat down today and I just played a couple of games, like really hardcore, like using my brain, thinking in silence, just not trying to make any mistakes. And man, it worked out. This deck is pretty good, especially when I'm locked in. All right, we got the Decisive Denial, which could hit the wolf enchantment here, the Hunter class. Another Sentinel though, that's not good. Ugh. The first time they don't curve out on a Hunter's class, and I'm ready for it. I don't think we played Jace here in the spot. I think we just passed the turn. Look for the Decisive Denial again, but it's probably going to be the old growth troll now, which we're ready for with the Infernal Grasp, so I'm not too worried about that either. Ooh, okay, or the tracker comes down. Tracker's dead. More blue mana is not bad. Man, green definitely got some help for sure. Mono green is going to be an absolute meta killer. You know, it's just going to be taken over for a little while for sure. Decisive Denial feels really good here. What a clutch denial there. We need some more green. Let's kick the Jace here. Binding is good because it hit. Both of these are actually good because they're running Wren and 7, right? Let's just take them both. Let's put the Blood Chief's Thirst up front so we know that we're only taking 1 loyalty off of Jace here. Now they can't kill either one. If they spread out their attacks, they're gonna have to double up on the token, which is fine. Still leaves us with 1 Jace, and we know Binding's coming off the top, which takes care of whatever they want to play next. Blood Chief's Thirst feels really good because of Planeswalkers. And the Massacre is really nice. Once the Seek's Chariot hits, we sweep the board with the Massacre, and I think we pretty much get full control from there. Would have loved to copy that Jace token, but unfortunately just wasn't for us today. All right, this is an interesting turn here. I draw a card. Let's just roll the dice. Okay, it's a pretty good card. I think we go for the old girl troll here and get down our tap land. And next turn we hit a pretty big Massacre here, and then gain quite a bit of life. They're probably going to eat up their land here to play the 4/4 troll. Okay, they just pump mana into the Ranger class. That feels bad. I need them to commit more to the board here because we're going to go for a big Meat Hook Massacre here. That works fine. We're ramping up too, by the way, to get to our Serpent, which feels really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm about to have 7 total mana, so we can do it for 5. So yeah, they can't pump their things big enough to stop this Meat Hook Massacre. Let's go blue. So we can actually go Coma now. That actually seems pretty good, but I'm gonna actually, I think, Meat Hook Massacre first. We need to get the life. There shouldn't be any shenanigans of pumping here. No, like Snakeskin Veils. They're out of mana, so 4 should be plenty. I might as well do 5, you know, but let's just hold up the 1 mana. Maybe they think I have a Consider or something. I don't know. All right, we gain some life, and the troll, if it does come in, does not have haste. There are some things in green that do have haste, though, that I'm a little worried about, but for the most part, I think we're okay. We got Memory Deluge for the late game here. It's gonna help us find like our key spells that we need to shut them down to finish the game out, like the Wren and 7, our own Chariot. This is clean, man. This deck is very clean. Like I'm rarely in a position with this deck where I feel like I have no answers. Like I'm always in every game, it feels like. Even control matchups. We've had a couple control matchups already. Those are the ones I struggle the most with because we do have a lot of targets that are really good counterable spells. But if I find a Coma in a control matchup, it's a wrap. Like it's uncounterable. So if they don't have instant speed removal ready to go when I cast it, it's a wrap. And there's the scoop. Yeah, they were in a bit of a pickle there for sure. They saw the Blood Chiefs as well. And we're back up to Platinum Tier 1. Okay, guys, let's pray together that we make it to Mythic now. I'm pretty sure we will. This deck has been just cruising, but let's get to Mythic, baby. Man, so far so good. And we are finally into Diamond Tier 1 again. That feels great. I definitely feel like we're going to get to Mythic no problem with this list. Like, it shouldn't be any issues. And hopefully we can hit for, you know, shoot for a number so we can finally play in a Mythic qualifier. Dude, I dream about playing in a Mythic qualifier soon. Like, I just don't ever have the time to grind. Once we get to Mythic, it's already like, all right, we're 94%. We got to grind hard for the next like week. By then it's like, there's no way. I just never have time to get there. I really want to though, man. It seems like a lot of fun, and I'm very competitive, so I would love to play in a qualifier one of these days. I don't love playing double blue here back to back, but it's not like we have any black mana anyways, so might as well. This may come in handy, but I doubt it. I know we see a lot of creatures here, but I don't exactly think that they're going to be a zombie deck. I think they're more of an Orzhov, like Blood Money or discard. New subscriber, let's go. Thank you so much for that subscription, man. I appreciate that. If you see this in the video, Congrats, man. You made it into a video. That's sick. I don't turn off my alerts, unfortunately. We let them ride because if I turn them off, I forget to turn them on for the stream, and I can't have that. More blue mana. Just what the doctor ordered. All right, I do have a divide, which feels great. Hopefully it can hit something here. That way we can get our environmental sciences and look for our black source. Come on, play something. That's good enough for me. Good enough for me. All right, let's go with this. All right, we got our black source. Next turn we have a green source. We can play the Wren. This feels really good. And we have the Infernal Grasp. So they're probably going to try to play the Merchant again, I'm sure. And then they're going to have the 2 mana. They're going to have 3 mana, so they can sack something to draw a card. Probably the Eye Twitch, so they can go to their sideboard too. But at least they won't have the Merchant anymore either. So should put a little bit of a question mark on whether or not they should, you know, sack a creature here. We'll see. All right, Grasp is down. They could sack the treasure though. They just let it go. Nice. All right, we'll take it. We will take it, my friend. Meat Hook massacre their own creatures. Oh, they did it for 0. Okay, they're just trying to get it prepped or what? They meat hooked for 0. That seems really odd. I think they just want to ping me for chump damage, which is fair enough. I mean, it is a okay strategy, I guess. All right, we need to drop this island and hit the Allrun's Epiphany and then just run right through him. Truck him with this Tree Folk. This does what now? Whenever Novice dies, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. So if this thing dies, we're giving him a card here, but I think that's fine. I don't want to give him a card from the sideboard just yet. I mean, we're eventually going to have to, but I'd rather do it that way. Fine by me. And then we get another black source, which couldn't have been a better card to pull. Let's draw some more cards here. Only 1 land, and we miss out on quite a few goodies. All right, that's fine. We get the Allrun's Epiphany. We missed an Asika's Chariot, which is really not great. All right, let's get in there for this. They're definitely going to block because they're going to want to deal me a little bit of damage. And then at the same time, draw a card. Or not. Or not. All right, let's go with, I guess, this because they know we have it. Let's keep our hand hidden as much as we can. Dang, we're missing out on a lot of cards. There we go. There's something we can actually use, though. And what do we do? I'm gonna go Binding here. I like Binding here. We give him a card. It's fine. I like the Siphon. Taking a pretty big hit here. We're going to leave our birds back to protect our Wren and 7. And we're leaving them both back because not only do they have the Eye Twitch, but they also can activate the Faceless Haven. I could kill the Eye Twitch, but I'd rather play the Siphon instead. It's kind of a better play, I think. I've been known to say that, though, and be wrong, so who knows? I do think this is a better play, though, than giving them another sideboard card and just killing a 1/1. Because we do have to worry about things like Lolth, and the Blood Chief's Thirst is a great answer for it, so... Hope everyone's having a fantastic day out there today, though, man. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you made it this far. Hope you're enjoying the gameplay footage. We got a good one here, man. You won't be disappointed with this one, that's for sure. If you decide you want to craft, this is a good one, man. Solid deck. They might dispute this. Looks like it. Yep, there's the dispute. So not only are they getting a sideboard card, they're getting cards from their deck, 2 of them. So I like how some of the map interacts when you click on it, like we blow out the candles and stuff. That's pretty sweet. Makes it fun for the downtime. That kind of scares me a little bit because it hits our planeswalker, right? They do have a lot of mana over here to actually cast something and then cast the fumes. So I'm a little worried, I can't lie. About to find out. If we see like an eye twitch or a ghoul, it's gonna be bad. That's also not great. Oh, they go for creatures though. I would have thought they would have gone for the Wren and 7. They don't really have like great stuff to pull back either, so I can live with that. They gain a lot of life though. It's not a bad card to bring back because they can draw cards obviously from it, but we're gonna deal with it pretty easily. It'll get dealt with, don't worry. All right, resolve. I guess they're just gonna use their necrotic fumes to deal with the Wren and 7. But they have no idea I just top decked, unfortunately, their Planeswalker. Probably their best card. Alright, so maybe I go Lolth here. Or do I do this first? Or can I do both? 5, and then this can go down for nothing. Okay. Or 1. It can go down for 1. I really feel like I have to kill that. I don't want them being able to draw cards. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. This is tricky. All right, I'm gonna do it like this. I know it's probably not the greatest. I just wish we had one more land out there. We would have been good. We have a 9/9 tree folk though, so obviously they can necrotic fumes it, but we made it to where they're gonna have to exile their eye twitch, which then in turn will not allow them to go to their sideboard because they're gonna have to exile their own creature. So I'll take that trade, I guess, especially because we have another Wren and 7. The more the merrier if they want to play more creatures here and waste their turn doing that, because I could massacre for 1 and just clean up really easy. Looks like they are going to go for the fumes on their Skyclave Shade, a card that they could typically bring back reoccurring, damage over time, but decide to just throw it away forever. They really want that sideboard card. Don't quite know if that was the right play on their part, but oh, they have another one. Okay, makes a little more sense now. Makes a little more sense. Get my own Meat Hook Massacre down. We'll keep them guessing here on which card we stole from them for a little while longer. Once they see that, I'm sure it's going to be over. The Scoop City will happen, but for the meantime, we're going to play the Wren and 7. Really make them hate life right now. They just have so much to deal with. Like these planeswalkers just coming down over and over and over. It's tough enough, man. But when I start throwing your own planeswalkers down too, it's not good. I could hit him with another Meat Hook Massacre and just win the game, couldn't I? Yeah, that's lethal. Actually, they gain life from the pests. It's not lethal. I guess it could be lethal, actually, if I drop the land and then... I don't know if that would have been lethal. They gained quite a bit of life there after that, but either way, I think it was the writing was on the wall. Good game. All right, here we go. Hopefully we can maybe get in 2 more games. We'll see how it goes, but... Man, we're cruising along right now. Looking sweet. Oh, we got a great hand here. Couple early interaction tools. All the mana that we need as far as colors go. This is a snap keep, my friends. Snap keep. Love Infernal Grasp, by the way. I think it's been phenomenal lately. I think the white 2-mana kill spell to give them a card, that's also amazing. I love that. I love that removal tool. It's so great. With all the like Faceless Haven stuff going on, dude. Control decks with white needed that card so bad. I don't know what I'm up against. I gotta assume aggro. That's why I chose black over Decisive Denial. You almost always have to expect aggro. It's the safe bet. Even though I don't think we've seen aggro. Oh, we saw a green deck, didn't we? Yeah. All right, Simic Ramp more than likely. Yep, looks like it. Simic Ramp. Nothing here on turn 2. I'm not going to kill the Dryad. I'm going to let them ramp. It is what it is, but not worth, you know, dealing myself 2 damage and 2 mana to kill it. Would be kind of a waste, to be honest. We have much bigger fish to fry down the road. Probably going to need these for Coma. Coma is going to be the real bane in our existence. All right. Dryad coming in for 1, and then they're going to sack it for a land. We know what's going on here. Pretty straightforward play line. And then next turn we have a divide. We might want to consider dividing what is the card? Cultivator? I'm pretty sure Cultivator will come down on turn 3. Like I said, pretty standard Simic kind of play line. I'm sure that's what's going to end up happening. See that, guys? I've already got the next 3 turns played out. All right, let's see. What do they got here? Oh, they foretell. They're not actually going to ramp this turn. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. All right, this is actually a tough decision on which one's going to be my blue source, because I need double black for me Hookmasker and I need double green for the Wren. I think double green for Wren is way more important in this situation, so this will have to be my blue source. You talked me into it, guys. You talked me into it. Yeah, I don't think Hookmasker is going to be very good here, to be honest. I mean, obviously it could be great if we get, you know, if they resolve a Coma and it sticks, but we have Infernal Grasp, so probably not going to stick. We'll probably be fine without it. We have a great hand, man. I'm like super happy about this hand. It's going to be really hard for them to beat us with a hand like this. We just have tools for everything here. I love this card, by the way. I don't think I've ever played it, but it is really good. Especially in this deck. It's like really, really good. Being able to make our creatures fight stuff, like with these big tree folk, like, yeah, it's going to be nice. All right, this actually might be our last game. Our opponent here is a thinker. No problemo. No problemo. By the way, I am going to be trying to get a new box. Obviously, it's the new set release. After my first week of like uploads, things are tough because I'm like super busy all the time trying to get the daily uploads out. But I am going to start looking into and hopefully trying to get a box soon to do an Innistrad box opening for all of my Mardu Mob members. The members only video. All right, we got more blue. Yikes, we should have gone black on that other one. It's fine. All right, Asika's Chariot it is. No counterspell for 1, so we get a good Asika's Chariot here. Does mean divide by 0 is no good here, but yeah, if you guys didn't know, if you're part of the Mardu Mob here on the channel, we do offer exclusive video content like box openings. At least one box I said I try to do. Hopefully down the road, if you know money doesn't get as tight and we get some more time, I can do some more boxes per set release. All right, need that double green. Let's copy some cats. Let's copy some kitty cats. Our opponent here has only shown us blue and green, so I'm not afraid of sweepers, right? But I am afraid of a Cyclone Summoner. That could be really annoying. But at the same time, I have a divide. And at the time that they can get a Cyclone Summoner down, like in the next 2 turns, we're going to be putting some serious pressure and threatening a really bad board state. Oh, they can already... Oh, the Florahedron counts as mana. All right. In that case, we'll have to do it now. Do we allow it actually now that I'm thinking about it? No, I still think we divide this. Yeah, I still think we divide this. It's a lot of damage we have on deck here. We will need another black source. Take a green. We'll take a green. Not ideal. Oof. And that right there is really nice, but we don't have enough mana. Oh, we don't have enough mana to cast it. Big yikes. Okay. Well, just in case they decide they don't want to cast their Cyclone Summoner next turn, let's just copy another cat. Not that I think it's going to matter. Everything's going to get pushed back. I thought they were 1 mana short there of actually casting that Cyclone Summoner. That's actually really annoying. All right. And then we hold. No, because we already played our land this turn, didn't we? Yeah, let's just end our turn. Here comes the Cyclone Summoner. We blow it up. Pretty straightforward. If only this countered creature spells, man. It's a good card against the Seeker's Chariot, man. I'll tell you what. Do I want one of their cards or do I want to kill this right here, right now? I think we kill this now. Meat Hook Massacre. Let's get the Chariot down again. No point in slamming an All-Run's Epiphany here. I know that it won't get countered, right? Because we've, you know, destroyed their Cyclone Summoner and they tapped out to play it. So there's no counter magic ready to go there. So Epiphany would have worked fine, but without actual threats to, you know, threaten lethal or anything, I didn't really want to cast it. That does kind of stink because I would have liked to hit that with a denial, but not only are they going to get that one, they're going to get another one off too. It's still fine though. I mean, the birds are kind of annoying, but we've got some cats out here to block a little bit. You know, the Innkeeper, if they bring down the Hall of the Storm Giants. Another Innkeeper, so they're going to gain a lot of life here. They might even be back up to their original life total because you know the all run's coming. There it is. I suppose I could have played that turn a little differently and just left some mana open for denial. We should have known that was coming. I did know it was coming. I just I played my turn without thinking about the follow-up turn that would occur. So here we are. I still think we're fine. It's just a little annoying, I can't lie. Okay, we're gonna get a really big Meat Hook Massacre, but it's also gonna take out our own cats now. I was gonna do it for 1 and get a really clean sweep here, but looks like that's not gonna be the case. Quandrix Cultivator, sure. Yeah, we're gonna Meat Hook for 4 here. Just clean up the board altogether. They're back to 23 life total. Yikes. Their board state's pretty sweet too, but they're not gonna like what I'm about to do to them. They're throwing away their Innkeepers for whatever reason. I don't know, but okay. I get it if you're attacking with like 3 creatures low to the ground, but just the 2, you're just kind of throwing those away. Seems like a bad idea. All right, here we go. Test of Talents is cool. We just have 1 mana short of actually casting a good Test of Talents following this Meat Hook Massacre. Plus, we got to remember too, once we Meat Hook Massacre this board here, our opponent's just going to activate the Hall of the Storm Giants. So that kind of sucks. Really got to consider how we want to do this. I could do this for 1, but that still wouldn't be great. Could just All-Run's Epiphany. Could All-Run's Epiphany and just crew this and get another cat. That seems fine. Let's do that. I'm gonna crew this, attack with it, copy the cat, and then we're gonna see if they want to make a double or triple block here. I guess I should have cast the Alrund's Epiphany first probably, and then used 2 of the birds so that way I could swing in with one of the cats as well. But then I guess they could have just blocked with the cultivator on a cat and then doubled up with the 2 cats on the Asikas. So I don't know. That was an interesting idea. They want to trade chariots. Hold on here. So 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, I'm 1 mana shy of actually being able to hit this and an Alrund's Epiphany. That's really bad. Ugh. If only, man. I keep falling 1 mana short of every play I want to do here. That's really annoying. Well, I'm definitely going to trade. No doubt about that. I could have used that too to fight, but again, if I use any of these, I can't actually cast my Alrund's Epiphany. So we'll do it like that. All right. I like Jace. If I kick Jace though, I don't have a denial or a test of talents. Yikes. Okay, I think we just hold up the insight then and hopefully we get something good off the top of their deck. What an awkward few turns there. What an awkward few turns. That was an interesting way they blocked that whole situation. Mana is not necessarily a bad thing to hit off the top of their deck with the insight either. I'm glad that they're out of cards though. That actually feels really nice. Yikes, man. I'm just not sure how I want to handle this because you know they're going to attack here. And I know I want to meet Hook Massacre, but we take a pretty big shot from the Hall of Storm Giants. It's just not a very pretty play, but I think it's good enough. Like, it's going to be grimy, but it's going to be a good enough play for us to get the W done. Double major, copy a creature spell. You can, except it's not legendary. I'd rather have your land, to be honest. So we know we're gonna meet Hook Massacre, right? So let's just get the blocks in here. I want to gain more life off the Meat Hook Massacre. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, they're gonna think this is super weird, but I really want to gain more life. Well, I'm going to take 1 from each of these anyways. Actually, I don't know. Math is hard, man. Math is hard and math is annoying, but oh well. Would have liked to gain a lot more life than what we're about to gain. We're going to gain 4. I guess it's not terrible. And we do have Test of Talents held open and the denial, but still not, it just doesn't feel great. I mean, if they top deck an Alrund's Epiphany, obviously this would be phenomenal because you know they're going to try to cast it. Gaining 4 life feels amazing. And then the follow-up turn, we can hold up the Grasp to kill their Hall of the Storm Giants. And we can pay the 4 ward that it's going to cost us to pay to kill it. So it looks like they're going to just activate it now. So they didn't have a very good play in the hand. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. We take 2 here and we have to pay 4 in the ward cost. Yikes, yikes. Neither thing sounds super great, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do to win the game, right? Pay the 3. Meat Hook Massacre gives me 1 back. We'd love to see it. And we do have a Siphon we get to play too here, which feels good. Ooh, a pretty chonky boy there. Nice. And we get a Wren in 7. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. All right, here's where we take over the game, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. Here's where we get this W done. Land, that doesn't feel good. Thank you for the cultivator. Cultivator just helps pump up the old tree folk. And we hit 1 land and 1 deluge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna hold. If I kicked it, yeah, I'm gonna hold counter magic. Could I play this? Yeah, I can play this. There we go. That's a good compromise. That's a good compromise over Jace being kicked. All right. Obviously, we could have played the deluge as well, but I think. Ooh, that's crazy. All right. Well, we're gonna have to counter that double major. That's for sure. That would have been nuts if they actually pulled that off. All right, well, that's handled. We handled that incident. That was a close one. That was a close one. Imagine trying to cast a coma and copy it, and it all falls apart. Yikes, that's how far ahead we actually ended up getting there at the end. That feels good. GG's. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up with some final thoughts, guys. We'll see you there. Peace. That's gonna do it for today's gameplay footage, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had an absolute blast playing this list. I'm so happy I finally got to play Wren 7. We actually have 4 of them, so we might get a little degenerate with the Wren 7s. You might see them in a lot of the decks that we build from here on out because it's just so good. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a cheat code paired with that Izzet Chariot if those two can get down at the same time. I know most people are running 4 and 4, and I almost did as well, but I didn't want to be too much of a degenerate, and I wanted to like spread it out a little bit and be more of a control shell at the same time. So, but I really enjoyed the list, guys. I really wanted to try to get a Jace Mirror Mage copy done with the Izzet Chariot. I think that would have been a lot of fun. I believe our Jace got dealt with when we were pretty close to making it happen in one game, but yeah, man, it was a blast to play. It's easy wins, honestly. If you play it right, try to minimize your misplays. It's a pretty easy deck to win with. It has a lot of answers for a lot of different things, and you're really not going to run into anything that's going to give you too many fits. Like, there's no outright deck that I think just absolutely runs through us, because again, we have answers for almost everything. Even aggro decks, if we can't find an early Meat Hook Massacre, when you do find it, is going to gain you that essential life that's needed to get your health back up long enough for you to start then spot removing things with your other spot removal. So there's just so many tools in here, man. There really is. But I hope you enjoyed the list. I don't have anything I gotta say other than I really loved it today. Normally I have some things I would talk about changing out, but I think I got this thing dialed in pretty well. So if you guys think you can make it better, though, as always, I'd love to hear your comments down below. If you have any thoughts on how to make it better, please share them. Comments down below. It really helps the channel out as well, and the videos get pushed out when you guys do that. Same with when you guys stay this long, so thank you so much for staying this long. That also means a lot to me. But before I get out of here, as always, one final shout out always goes to my Marty Mob. A special shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for being part of the Marty Mob, and rolling with the channel the way you guys do, and showing all the support and love to the channel through your monetary memberships, and helping the channel grow financially to hopefully do this full time one day. So thank you so much. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. We're gonna be back on schedule next week, so Monday will be the next video, and we'll see you guys then. I hope to see you guys on the stream next week as well, and till then, guys, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.